back to the thing about explaining to people about the supermajority.
Yeah.
Here's where I have gotten people, granted, I don't knock doors, but I feel like it would shut them down in person too. I say, look, if they could pass this, if we just talk about this last session, if they could pass those trans bills, they could pass anything they wanted. Because if there was any way that those could have been stopped, they would have been. They passed some of the, I think it was the worst at the time, bathroom bill in the country. If we could have stopped it, we would have. If the Democrats could have stopped it, they would have. So that's all the proof you need that they could have passed anything regarding property tax that they possibly wanted, but they allowed a veto to stand so that they could campaign on it. Because take back Kansas from who? It's not
Right.
working. The people that are Republicans, people that are unaffiliated are going, take back Kansas from who? So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't think it's
Yeah.
working.
I think when you're talking to Republicans and unaffiliated people, because obviously Democrats are going to be sympathetic and empathetic for trans folks having rights infringed upon. But when you're talking to Republican and unaffiliated people, I think the questions that we need to be asking are, do you see your representatives fighting to make your prescriptions more affordable? Do you see your representatives fighting to make your property taxes more affordable? Because those things are out of control. And especially if you're on a fixed income, those things are going up. And what's not going up is your income. And so you've had the past few sessions to give your Republican representative the chance to help fight to make your prescriptions more affordable. Have they done it? No. Here's what they have wasted their time on. They're not fighting for you. And the reason why they're not fighting for you is because they don't have to, because they have a supermajority. And the only way they will ever be forced to have a conversation about why your insulin is out of control or why your asthma medication is out of control is if they don't have a supermajority in them anymore and they have to talk back and forth to the other side.
Yeah,
Because
well,
that's where we need to speak to is people's direct pain of how expensive healthcare is and how expensive housing is.
yeah, the Senate has had a supermajority for the most part since 1992. I have all the data. It's a lot since 92 to put out to show and very clearly break out. I have a whole series that I'm making, but it's just so time consuming and a lot of data and a
Yeah.
lot of information. And I'm really good at gathering it all and putting it together, but then making all the little pie charts and stuff is where I lose interest. My audiate brain's meh. And I'm getting it together as I can stand it, which would really be great if I had someone that could help me, and that'd be amazing. I've been asking for help, but it's fine. I'll get it done eventually. But it's going to clearly show. It really just needs to be done before November. It's going to clearly show in pie charts the power structure of every single year since 1992. And then it's going to show what the major things they did in those years are with that power. And it's
Yeah.
just going to be facts. That's all it is. I'm not going to put opinion. It's just here's who was in power. Here's what they did with it
Yeah.
since 1992, because I want a long set of data that can't be argued with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that's as far back as I could easily obtain the data. So that's as far back as I went. That's what I do. I go back as far as I can easily obtain data that matches with data. And then that's the period that I go with. And it's 92. It's, yeah. The thing is, if you don't like how things are in Kansas, how on earth is it anyone's fault but the Republican Party we have here?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's baffling to me how I think it's, like I said, though, I really truly feel like it's not working. Just based on, I'm not knocking doors, but I'm talking to a lot of you people who are knocking doors, Republican and Democrat alike, right? I'm talking to campaign managers and volunteers that are volunteering for candidates and stuff at these events. That's who I like to talk to, not the candidates themselves. When I go to the event, I love talking to the staff and what they're doing, what they're learning, and all these things. And there is a shift. They're not buying it anymore. And the data so far is showing that as far as registrations go. That's what Republican registration is doing. And
Yeah.
unaffiliates going up, which makes sense, honestly. And so I think they are tired of it. I think that I have had conversations online with people that say, yeah, I'm a Republican and I agree with them about trans people, but it's not a problem in our state. it's not, and we need to worry about that later. Basically, let's get me where I can eat and pay and afford my property taxes, and then we can attack trans people, which
Yeah.
I don't love, but I think
But
that
they
they'll
even
forget about
even
all of that if we do
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? They'll let it